Camera, lights, camera, action. What's up, guys? What's going on? Chilling in my bathroom, right? I got my condiments. Well, not the condiments, but you know, stuff here. You know. All right. Anyway, let's get with the video. You know where I'm at. I'm in the bathroom. For my privacy and things. All right. So the first thing we'll talk about, right? Shout out to Nick if he's watching this video. He's my guy. Um, we go way back and awesome, man. All right. Now, with these abilities, right, that I have um worked on during the time of me waking up and ascending into more power, more yeah. Anyway, waking up to the realization of who I am, my true self. All right. No names and no names are needed. But one name for one. One for the one, I say Rogel. Right? My name. All right. People don't call me Rogel. Call me Jay or whatever. Because that's people gonna think about me. Why you change your name? Who gave you that name? Why you changing your name? No, it's not the name that I'm changing to. It's the name I always had. All right, before I came into this life, right? The name of my higher self, the name of my true uh identity, right? It's deeper than just human um thinking, all right? Normal thinking, all right? Rogel, just for disclaimer, Rogel means asked for, all right? And then now I'm gonna get to this video, all right? This phone camera stuff, like it's getting to the point where I'm annoyed with it because of how the camera angles come out, where I'm looking at myself and you guys see me in this angle, and the light doesn't really match up with what I'm trying to look, how I'm trying to look like, right? I'm always gonna look like this, but my true self is, yeah, I can't explain it right now. But the lights in here is not that bright. I like bright light in the room. Anyway, let's get to the point. Yay! Abilities, powers, superpowers, superhuman abilities. All right. You got the four elements, right, that I have worked on, and I know how to manipulate them in certain degrees, more so than others, and lesser, you know, I know how to use um, certain techniques to make them work more efficient for me. For example, aerokinesis. If you've seen one of my videos, I showed y'all the little technique that and on Instagram. I said, all right, I make a little whistle noise. Like I'm gonna show y'all right here, all right. And what it does is, before I do it, what it does is, when I really do it, like I've done it so many times to the point where I'm like, I already know how people want to react towards the sound of, or the frequency that's emitting from my and the intention combined, coming from my mouth and my mind, and then unifying, and it comes into like this thing. I can't really talk about it like the way I think I know how, but I know how it does things. I know what happens when I do it. All right, sorry, I gotta fix my shit. I'm gonna do it right here. Now listen to what it sounds like. And I went through a whole journey, right? Just a little stuff about me, about like I was really paranoid, right? I was really paranoid. You look at me like, whoa, whoo. No, I was really paranoid when I was going through this shit, and I was figuring out like every time I made that sound effect, like I was like, why is this happening? Like every time I did that, like I would trip into this like thinking of being in a parallel reality, parallel world or some shit, and I was actually time traveling type shit, and I was experiencing mad deja vu. I was thinking to myself, like, why the fuck does this shit keep happening to me? And the people who told me about the thing, about the sound effect, was some nigga in another parallel reality that I ain't never seen before, right? It's fucking crazy how this shit works. And I ain't never seen a nigga before, yet these people were in my room, and it was sort of like I was dreaming, but I wasn't dreaming. I was awake in a dream or some shit. And when he was teaching me shit, some shit. He was with the CIA, right? And that motherfucker he was a cop or some shit. He was coming in my room and checking and shit on some stuff that I was going through because I was really paranoid at that time, and I was going through some things that had me thinking in that kind of fearful, but kind of like risk-taking, exciting adventure type shit thinking. So I was going through paranoia, right? Going through the thinking and mindset of other people's thoughts of what they told me and regurgitating it and thinking about the shit. That's why I be like, think for yourself. Don't let people brainwash you and think for you or tell you what to do or say you can't do this or you can do that only to control you or manipulate you or all of this shit. Nah, fuck all that. I'm my own person. I'm my own conscious being, my own conscious creator. I am my own creator. I know how to do shit that not a lot of people can do, right? But I know that you can do it too. Anything is possible. So what I was going through, right? Paranoia, I was using the sound effect, which was the whistle thing that let me switch my hands. The whistle thing that I learned like a while back, years ago, right? And then I learned how to use it in a way to help me, like, for example, the whistle, it kind of sounds like, to me, it sounds like sirens when I was going through it. It sounded like sirens, like police sirens. I was thinking, like, why does it sound like that? And every time I use it, I always would hear sirens from a distance or from wherever it was coming from. I would always hear sirens. So then, I had to put a hold on it. Like, I was going through some weird shit. But let me stop talking about that. Move on to something else. Um, who the fuck are these people? What are these people? You know what I'm saying. Um, anyway, what I was saying was, the four elements. Get into it in the fifth and sixth and seventh, eighth element. Well, one and foremost, one for the one is spirit, right? Spirit, right? Then you got the earth, you got the fire, you got the water, you got the air. All right, that's four. Plus five, electricity. I'm gonna talk about that, all those about in this video. The seventh element is space, right? I'm going through that now. I was going through it like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago too. Still going through it, learning how to, um, I'm gonna say master it. And then time travel, time manipulation, chronokinesis is really like very tricky. It really is tricky. Cause first, um, excuse me, let me break some wind real quick. You're not gonna hear it, but anyway, um, what I was saying, the four elements, right? I'm sorry I told y'all this, but anyway, I'm in the bathroom. Fuck it, you know? I'm in a fucking bathroom. Anyway, four elements. I love talking, but I can talk so much that I might talk too much. I got energy now, right? So how I manipulate the four elements. First, I had to start out with one, which was aerokinesis, my firstborn natural birthright element that I know how to use. The air. I'm a Libra, all right, air sign. Now I thought about that when I was going through it, and I was like, okay, shit. Well, I love the wind, you know, and I love it when the wind blows. And the deeper scientific parts about it is that it gets on a scientific level. Let me sit down real quick. Scientifically, like there's oxygen, right? Nitrogen, those that's dealing with air. the air molecules, right? When you learn how to manipulate the air, you learn about how oxygen and nitrogen um, work within your body, how it works within you, and you know how to manipulate that within you. Like, there's certain things you go through that get you going on certain things longer, in the long run. Like, for example, if I master aerokinesis, the next thing I should be able to master, motherfucker, is the opposite of air, right? So that's what I did. I had to kept going from air to water or whatever, in any order I was. But the order I was going through, I don't remember the order I was going through, but I have all four elements now, and um, including electrokinesis. All right, and I can activate them by saying by thinking the um the word, like for example, aerokinesis, AK. I can say that and trigger the permission slip to utilize aerokinesis type shit, right? So water would be hydrokinesis, okay? HK. But in my own thinking, I want to simplify it, like a catchphrase or something like that. Like for example, EK, and it would sound like, to me, it would sound like go to me, because when I say EK, I wanna have, like when you see superheroes, they say that the word, they say their power, and then they use it, right? That's how I wanted to have my shit like that. And I have it like that. I just don't have to say it all the time. I don't have to say it all the time. I can just do it. I don't have to say it. Um, electrokinesis, one thing about electrokinesis, or two things, is that I can charge my, I can generate electricity to my hands. I can, how you say it? Focus the energy, focus my intention to draw out electricity from my body to my hand. And then, um, like for example, if I see a phone and I'm holding a phone, which is an electronic device or any kind of electronic, but I don't want to go too big and think too much where I get electrocuted type shit. So I'm thinking small at this in this time, um, just so I know my potential. And then when I have the opportunity to do it on some bigger shit, I can make the bigger shit happen. The smaller shit, I can charge my phone with my electricity in my body type shit. But it goes slow, right? As much electricity as you need an abundant amount of electricity. We have in our body, we have cells, trillions of cells, like I said before in my Instagram post, that generate electricity. Trillions of cells. So that's a lot of electricity. Trillions of voltage of electricity within our body. Most importantly, the heartbeat is an electromagnetic field. So that goes along with it. And even if you focus on your heart, focus on the beating, you can manipulate some things, channel the energy more easily. However you want to do it, however you learn how to do it, is how you can do it. How I did it, how it works for me. All right, everything ain't for everybody. All right. And I can absorb electricity too for energy. I was doing that in my I'm gonna talk about it. Like when my phone is charging, I can put my hand on the screen, right? With my fingers on the screen and then absorb electricity and take it in, type shit. And then it would give me like a little electric boost, like stimuli within my head. Even if I have earbuds in my ears, because they're electrically they're connected to the phone too, and the wires connected to the sound, and you can manipulate. I figured out like little thing of when I'm listening to music, I can channel electricity from the earbuds to my head and stimulate my electricity in my brain to make it. And when you do it too much, you don't want a short circuit. That's why they told me when I was going through it, I was training, my intuition or spirit, whatever you want to call it, told me you don't want to do too much because you short circuit or you burn out. You know, when something's too hot, your phone's too hot, it'll shut down or turn off. That's exactly what'll happen to your body. So you gotta know the pros and cons about all of this shit when you're dealing with this kind of stuff. So I have the information, the insight, and knowledge of how to do this shit. That's why I can do it, and I applied it, and it became wisdom for me, and I know how to do it now. And it's developing more and more every time I do it. Now, water is simple. I did this shit with hydrokinesis. It's like when like I was sitting in front of like this river or some shit, and I was always talking to the water type shit when I went there. And I was isolating myself from other people. And I was sitting there for a long time, like for 2 hours, and then I would leave. Sometimes I would do some martial arts, move my feet, run around, and exercise a little bit, and meditate sometimes, do stuff there. But then I figured out, like, how, because I was doing aerokinesis while I was over there, and I was making the wind blow. I was training too at the same time. I'm always working type shit. I'm training. So I'm training over there, and I'm like, okay, this is fun. And then I was like, shit, man, I want to learn how to move the water. So eventually I got that shit now. It's simple. It's just telekinesis, but it's more of like going with the flow and how you channel, how you focus your hand to do it. It's like when you push. Hiya, let me show you. I wish I could show you this shit. I want to show you this shit. I'll show you in another video. How about that? I'm gonna explain to you how it works. Like for example, if you press, like look at my hand. It's like this. You're going more and more and more until it's like you put like you go stronger. I don't know how to explain shit, but I can show you better. I can tell you. But I know how to do hydrokinesis and then pterokinesis, which is earth manipulation, bending, whatever you want to call it. That all I gotta do is fucking stomp my foot, dealing with the earth element. That's my right foot. Now, pterokinesis is when you look at the Avatar, see Avatar the Airbender, motherfucker, earthbenders, mix shit. You hear a motherfucker, and then you do like this, and the earth, motherfucker, a rock or a boulder shoots up from the earth or forms or something like that. You can do shit like that, but the thing is, with this density, you have to be in another dimension, and that you have to learn how to utilize spatial kinesis, and that's where I'm at now because where I want to go and how far I want to take my abilities to the next step or the next level, I'd have to be in another dimension to really see my shit. And to get there is to deal with spatial kinesis, which I figured out that was the seventh element. And the eighth element for me also with that is time travel or time. It's not really an element. Time can't be an element if you're thinking about like the natural elements, the four basic elements. But the concept is like the constructs of reality, the constructs of this and of the environment of the world, of the earth, and things we abide by, the laws of physics, gravity, everything of that nature. It's still an element to me. It's a compound of some sort of like how to utilize your mind over matter. Which then goes, I can get into time travel because that shit's right there even trickier than this shit. It's so much flipping and flopping. Like you're going back and forth. Like honestly, I time travel. I was high one time. It's like yesterday. I fucking time travel. Sped up time. I didn't know how to. I don't know. I didn't know how I did it. But I thought about it. I'm like, oh shit. But that's also dealing with time. Because time, there's linear time in human thinking. But when you're in a higher state of consciousness, like when I was high off of marijuana, I was in a higher state of consciousness. Time didn't really exist, but it was an illusion also to me. And the thing about it was, you can fucking fast forward time type shit, and it's the same concept of time being an illusion. You can be in multi-dimensional time, where time isn't linear. It's just fucking, it's everywhere. You can go further than that, and dealing with spatial kinesis and chronokinesis, which is time, and you're dealing with teleportation or time travel or quantum jumping, quantum leaping, or dealing with quantum physics. So, motherfucker Einstein, if he applied the shit, He was trying to make a fucking machine out of it. He could have done that, or he knew how to do it anyway, naturally. But all the technology is here within your mind, body, and spirit. Everything else is just to express this um, abundance of an infinite potential that we have already here, and to apply it and manifest it and see the results and witness our potentiality or our potential, infinite potential take place within reality, which is fundamental to see where you really want to be in life. Because motherfucker, you can think about a car, and I'm just using this mundane thinking, like how people really think. When they want a car, they want to think about saving up money. They want to think about how much money it costs. But really, that shit can happen. Motherfucker can give you a car for free. You gotta put that spiritual energy out there, which I call spiritual currency, which is really just paper money, but it's spiritual currency. That's what I called it. And that energy, you know, however much you can put out there, and if you can multiply it, which is sort of like metaphysical mathematics, still math to me, but anyway, I just made it sound pretty, but it's spiritual currency. That's what I call it. So the energy you put out is what you get back, and that's what I was doing every time I was training and working on my spiritual gifts, my spiritual growth, my spiritual abilities, my superpowers, right? And that's what I was doing, and that's how I was receiving blessings and abundance of things because I put the energy out there. And it's good energy, and that's how I got the pack of cigarettes, and that's how. And I thought about the shit before I acted on it and made it happen because I knew I can do it, and believing and seeing and knowing is half the battle and infinite potential. And I was thinking these things. Everything was a process, but it was also good. It didn't take that much time. Like when you're here now, you're not you, and then you think about the future. Like you're here now, but the future could be that now too. Once you're there, it'll be this now kind of shit. That's what I'm thinking. Like time travel is it's really weird. It really is so weird. But to understand it and to manipulate it, that's the next shit that I'm on getting into. I feel like like one time I was meditating, I was laying down, and I woke up. I felt like I was 17 again. I was like, what the fuck? Am I 17 years old? And then I went back to sleep or something, and then woke back up the next thing. I was like, oh shit, I'm 24. It's weird. Um, the other abilities, see, dealing with the eighth, it's an octagon, octagonal. How the fuck do I say? Octagonal, geometry. It's the octagon. I was trying to make it sound complicated, but it's an octagon, and it's dealing with that geometry of eight. So how I think is like weird, but it's good. If I explain it to you, you're gonna be like, oh shit, okay, you know, he's crazy too, you know, or he thinks outside the box. Oh, I just think different. Um, there's some other techniques that I have. There's not really any special techniques. It's just the aerokinesis. I made storms appear. Like I've done things like that. I was thinking about tornadoes, but I was looking at how the fuck tornadoes form, and then I thought about how destructive they were, and I was like, oh shit, I'm not doing that. Because then I realized that, you know, when I was thinking about that shit, I was like, yo, great power comes with great responsibility. If a motherfucker had the mass destructive button to blow up the fucking world, motherfucker pressed the shit, didn't think about the consequences, how would I be less of a person or better than that person? You know, because you shouldn't have the intent to hurt anyone or anything. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. That's how I think. That's how I, you know. Naturally, it's automatic because I already have that in me. Like even when I look at things, or if I don't intentionally hurt people. And things that happen, things like that happen on accident for me. I might bump into somebody because of like if I had my hands full or something, like just for example, if I had my hands full and I was carrying groceries or something, or I was carrying boxes, but I'll still be like using my peripheral to see on the sides where I'm trying to see so I won't bump into nobody. But if a motherfucker come in here speeding and running around. And I'm trying to get these boxes delivered to the address or some shit. And he comes into my path and bumps into me. I'm like, yo, come on now. That would be his mistake. Because I was paying attention, right? Paying attention. If you wasn't paying attention, you would miss out. You would take a L. You would lose. And you wasn't focused. You wasn't paying attention. So you gotta be focused. And dealing with pyrokinesis, I forgot to talk about that. Pyrokinesis is hard to. It's a difficult element to master. It really is. So I stuck with like three at that like 3 weeks ago. I stuck with like three elements or something like that. Like at estimate time, I was dealing with three elements that I mastered, like that I was working with, and I had aerokinesis, electrokinesis, and pyrokinesis. And then I went up to like pterokinesis, which is earth, and then hydrokinesis, because I learned that the opposite of earth is water, I think, or fire is the opposite of water, and air is the opposite of earth. So then electrokinesis with that, all that, and then spatial kinesis, time chronokinesis. Like I can explain this shit. Like I can talk about my experience with these things, but how much it'll help you, I don't know. So that's why in these future videos I will demonstrate this shit. All right, like EK, electrokinesis. Because I can charge my energy up in my hands, electricity in my hands, and then motherfucking people around me would be. It would affect other people basically. That's what I'm saying too with this shit. And you know things that people don't know how to do, and that's what I know how to do is things people don't know how to do. When I say people, I mean people. Starseeds, indigos, special children, special people, conscious, woke people thinking like this shit, this next level shit. Levitation is possible, but it's very hard. Like I tried to levitate and I know how to do it. It takes so much fucking energy. Like how I fucking did it in my mind is how it would be like twice as much harder to do in physical reality. Cause how I felt it, I drained all my energy in just thinking about it and doing it in my mind. Now what happened was, like all my fucking energy depleted. And I was like, yo, I'm fucking hungry. Like my sexual energy is depleted. Like my fucking my mental energy is depleted. And I'm like, yo, I just want to fucking lay the fuck down. I was in my bed doing this shit. I was like, I'm going to sleep right now. I'm going to fucking sleep and dream something so I can come back with more energy. Go to the higher realm and see something, or go somewhere and get information or Akashic record, some shit, because it depleted all of my energy. It took so much energy out of me when I levitated, because I psychologically levitated. Now physically doing it is twice as hard. So I knew that then. At that point, I was like, oh shit, that's gonna be very hard to do. And it takes years of practice to master this shit. So I thought about it. I was like, all right. And teleportation with like psychometry and spatial kinesis. It deals with like I've teleported before, and it's the fucked up shit about like I've teleported before in my dreams, and I know how to fuck that. I know how to do it. The thing about it is, when I first wanted to do it, it was one of my videos on YouTube. I was talking about a strange experience or something, and I was dealing with teleportation. My guides and spirit guides told me, "You're not ready yet. Don't do it. It's dangerous." And I thought about it when I watched one of the superhero shows on Hulu. It was called The Gifted. And I was so inspired to keep watching these people. But season 3 or whatever, they're not releasing the shit. So they stopped the series. I'm like, come on, man, what the fuck? That shit was getting real good. There was a girl that could make portals, and there was a nigga that shoot light out of his hand, motherfucking super strength, and a girl with telekinetic psychometry, like with some expert type shit level, and she was levitate. She could do a lot of shit, but she could level it up. There was a nigga. There was so much people with abilities, and that's what I was looking at where people are at in this world. And there's people with gifts, and there's people that don't know about their gifts. And then the people that utilize their gifts for the better, and there's people that utilize it for the worse. And go figure, What I was saying before is teleportation. Yeah, they told me it was dangerous, and I was like, nah, I just want to do it. When I tried it and attempted it, like my fucking heart almost stopped type shit, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like I was really tripping that time. I was really tripping. Like my heart almost stopped. I thought something bad happened. Motherfucking I was imagining a halo over my head. One of these videos I saw on YouTube, a nigga so-called teleporting that had a halo over his head, and then fucking disappeared when he was running somewhere and it vanished, and then came out the other side somewhere else, which is teleportation. The concept. You look up the definition, you can see what I'm saying. Understand the concept. I'm running out of energy the whole time. But teleportation is real for shit, and I can do it. The thing about it is knowing, like in the movie, the series, it says the girl, when she wanted to teleport or portal people somewhere, portal herself somewhere, she had to see the place first before she could go there. Like she had to know the place before she could go there. And when I was trying to do it, I didn't know where to fucking go. I was just trying to go somewhere far or somewhere, and I could have did it though, but that's where my heart was scared. It was like, don't. He told me don't, but I did it anyway, so that's why this shit happened like that. And I was terrified. I went downstairs, made a video about it, talk about it. But teleportation, that's possible. And with this, spatial kinesis. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Because time travel, I know about it, but I haven't got that deep to where I can manipulate it and control it. Like it was happening randomly and unconsciously type shit. So, and also on the subconscious level, but consciously, I'm gonna learn how to do it naturally, with intent and at will. Spatial kinesis, I was going through it. I'm still going through it. Like for some odd reason, like I talked about it, and for some odd reason, like it's in my hands. Like I can feel it. I can bend. Like this is fucking weird. How it looks, cause you don't see nothing in my hand. All you know is this fucking shit in. There's just this air, this energy around my hand, right? But what I do is I was practicing on my bed last night, and I was like, all right, I'm thinking about the space, because there's certain steps that you have to get to. Like step one is about learning how to manipulate it in little ways, just the very basics, the very very basics. Step two is learning how to do it on other things. Step three is knowing when to do it, what to do with it. Step four, you know how to do it with things, and then you can fucking do it well. Step five, you can evolve and level it up to more things. And all along the lines of step one through step five, like I was saying, like I said, you learn more things in between those steps as you go to the next step, to the next step, to the next step, or level. So spatial kinesis, I'm learning how to bend the space in my room. And it's really weird how it looks because you don't see it like space. You can see it when your third eye is open, but motherfuckers, you can also feel it. Like I can feel the fucking space bend when I move my hand like this. I'm fucking doing this shit like, and it's fucking weird. Like I can see the shit when I'm looking at it. It trips me out, and my third eye is seeing a lot of shit, and I'm like, okay, I'm in reality, but I'm not in reality. It's like I'm bending the space or the dimension of the third dimensional space, which when you look it up, spatial kinesis is about bending the space and the dimension that you're in, which is the third dimensional space, third dimensional shit. So I'm bending the space. I'm like using my fucking hand doing this shit. I'm like, yo. And I'm looking and observing, trying to analyze and see how the fuck it works, what it does to my environment. And I'm learning and observing at the same time and analyzing what it does so I can perfect it, so I can get better at it. That's how the fuck we should be doing learning something new about yourself and the abilities you have. Everybody probably got the same abilities like I do, but there's probably people that have unique ones, right? Um, so like I was saying, then there's like a little force field or something like it feels like space. It really feels like space, but I can feel it. Like it feels like a certain density of matter. Like I can feel it like it's not just like this, like it's flowing. You can feel the air. It's different from the air, but it's a different kind of feeling. Just like electrokinesis is different. It feels like static. And heat, pyrokinesis feels like heat. And air and water, hydrokinesis feels like just a flow, like movement, but like a flow of movement and manipulating movement. And it all feels different. From spatial kinesis, I'm just doing this. Like, I'm bending the fucking space in my room, and when I'm learning how to focus it and hone in on something and look at it while I'm doing this, and I'm trying to see what it looks like when I bend the space around it. And what it does, the shape of the object, like how do I explain this shit? If you wanted to bend, like for example, if I bend like a spoon or whatnot, I gotta make a video later on about this shit because I'm still learning about it. Like what I've seen about it hasn't really gave me enough information about it, so I can give it to you guys. I have to learn more about it, but I'm learning about it now. As I keep going on. Like every day is a new shit, some new shit, and it's awesome. Cause I'm by myself in this room, and in the hotel, I'm in my own room, and I'm a number one sign. I mean number one path, life path number one. Number one is a lonely number, and I thought about it when I was going through it. I was like, shit, man. One is the loneliest number that you ever know. And I thought about that. So I'm like, I love being alone, but at the same time, sometimes I like being alone, sometimes I don't. But when I really want to be alone and work on myself, I will stay to myself for a very long time. And I wouldn't like to be around other people. So that's why I'm doing this shit, making videos about it. Um, there was something else I want to talk about. Oh yeah, another thing about spatial kinesis that I had done on accident, but I was aware of it and I noticed it, is that how do I explain it? Like, okay, so I had a backpack on like one day before, okay, for example, this is from experience though. I wear a backpack and I'm shopping and stuff like that, all right, and I walk around with my backpack. But one day I didn't have my backpack on, and I was walking around, and I didn't feel like I knew my backpack wasn't on my back, right? All of a sudden I get to the store, and I'm like, oh shit, it feels like my backpack is on. Like I can actually feel it in the space of it. Like it feels like the object, the backpack is actually my back, but it's the space. Like how the fuck can I explain it? My backpack felt like it was on my back, but I felt the space essence of my backpack being on my back. And that's how I know how to feel the space in the air or in the room and manipulate it, trying to figure out how to um, get better at it. Because I felt like my backpack was on my back, but it wasn't. And I walked into the store, and before, well, okay, I was at the door. You know how you have to stand outside before you go into a store because of stupid corona bullshit, right? I ain't going there. I already know all about that. And there's more information about that for me to know. It's all fear stuff. I don't go there, but I did like this because the strap. When I'm about to put my backpack up like this, I have to hold on to the strap. But when I figured out, oh shit, my backpack isn't on my back, but it felt like it was on my back. Like I felt like I had my backpack on, right? It's tricky. That's what I'm saying. Space, it's tricky, just like time. When you're dealing with space and time, space, or whatever, it's very tricky. But it can be figured out. You just gotta play with it and experiment. But like I was saying, this shit was weird. It was on my back, but it wasn't on my back. And at one point, I learned how to, excuse me, this is another thing, and I'm gonna sign off. This is 40 minutes long. I never had a video this long like this on this channel. I think I have, maybe. Anyway, I could cloak myself too. Like, especially at nighttime. Especially at nighttime. I can cloak myself with the space. Like, I can bend my own aura or some shit, like the space around my body, and walk like I'm not even there, but I know I'm there. Physically, I'm there, but like I'm not here. Like my mind is here, everything is here, but I'm not actually here. Like if somebody would try to, I don't know how I would say it, like if they like I would avoid people, like people just walk past me type shit. They wouldn't talk to me, they wouldn't look at me. I would just be walking, right? And I'm conscious in everything. Like I'm this, everything like that. But I would be cloaked. You see what I'm saying? And that's another thing I saw about this TV show I watched. It's called Cloak and Dagger. And a motherfucking nigga Cloak, he's a black kid, and Dagger is a white girl. And they meet and they find, spoiler alert, they meet and find, you know, they have superpowers. It's a superpower movie, superhero movie, whatever. So I cloak myself. I'm walking around the street and nobody knowing the fuck around. You know, they're not thinking about me, they're not looking at me. They don't sense me. They don't sense anything. It's like cutting off your presence or some shit. But your presence is there. It's just cloaked. So anything, like the motherfucker try to, like it would be. I had to talk about it in another video. Cause right now, I'm saying it as clear as day when I'm saying cloaked. You know how you go invisible. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm in the bathroom. But you go invisible. Like I'm cloaked. I'm invisible type shit, but I'm not invisible. You see what I'm saying? I'm cloaked. So I know how to do that. Or like I know how to do that. And there's a sound effect that I make too when I do it. I'm not going to share it with you guys in this video. So anyway, actually I will. So whistle. And what it does is it triggers my consciousness to give me the ability to cloak myself or use my spatial kinesis. So that was one of my things that I learned how to use with spatial kinesis, cloaking myself. Because I figured out, because I experienced the backpack thing. And then when I learned that, I was like, oh shit, I can take it to a next level. And then I cloak myself, and then the motherfucking shit. And then it's like there's a ringing noise or some shit. It's like a dead silence or something. And it's like I'm not here, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happens to me. Nothing's wrong with me mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. The thing about it is, the clear as day tell you that I'm cloaking myself. I'm in cloak mode, stealth, right? So it's awesome. Um, there's even a little bit more things that I could do that I've done also that I'd like to share, but the video I don't want to make it too long. But I'll leave it off with this. Show y'all some stuff later on in the future. You know, as I develop my powers more and train them more and work on them more. So stay tuned. Hope the video helps and give you you're inspired and you see eye to eye, you're on the same page, and you're cool, calm, collected, enjoy the video and have fun, with this stuff because this is all a simulation, but it's life and we're in a universe and it's real, it's not real, we're in the matrix, it's a hologram, stuff like that, so make the best of it. I'm not saying go do something stupid and then risk your life, and you die or some shit, but I died, that's why I'm saying I know how to do this stuff. Like I died, this is my third time here on this fucking earth. I'll probably make another video about that too, if I need to. But I have died and came back to this dimension, and how death works is really different. You transform, you come out of your body. This is a little extra bloopers bonus. You come out of your body, you float out of your body, your astral body comes out, your soul, spirit, whatever you want to call it.
And then you seeing all of these things that like you can see reality, but you can also see the veil or through the veil. You can see this physical reality, and you can also see the non-physical things, the etheric things in reality. You can see things you never seen before. There's different things you never seen before. Like I've seen some creatures, I've seen some beings, angels and demons and gods and goddesses and spirit guides and elementals and fairies and even like animal spirits and all kinds of animal spirits that have no name or that I could think of. The one that I saw really, I saw a dragon, and they are actually called dragons. Yeah. And there's also different other things that I've seen there. Like I've seen some very huge, gigantic beings there in the fifth dimension of, and because I went from the third dimension to the fourth and then the fifth dimension. While I was going to the fifth dimension, I was learning the things there. Um, I was learning things from the fourth dimension because I was taking note of everything and analyzing and observing. I felt and experienced everything while I was seeing it, and it's a different kind of new like way of way of living. That's why it's called afterlife, the afterlife. Because when people say death, it's not death. You're not dead. You're still living. You're just not living the same way you lived before. It's a new way of living, but it's always been the same. It's still life. It's still life basically. Um, and life it goes on and on. And you never really die. You just transform. You turn into a different creation. You can make yourself. You can create yourself to anything you like. You can choose your own um, form. You can be anything you want to be. Actually, so in this life, people, when you're a kid, and your parents tell you, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" You've already came into that idea. You already have experience all that shit, because you know you can be anything you want. So when they say, "What do you want to be when you grow up, kid?" Hey, Bucko, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. No, you fucktard. You want to be Superman. Say that. Now I get to the next level. I'm joking. No, for real, I'm serious, but I'm joking. Because I'm already there at that thinking level. Because I remember who I am. I know things from the unseen realm. And I know things here in this realm and beyond. I met God. And this. I can't explain too much, but I took another video. Like I said, thank y'all for watching. Thanks for looking. Thanks for listening. Peace. Enjoy. I'm not trying to brag about it. I'm trying to share with you. I experienced some things that'll blow your mind. I come back to Earth because they said they need me, and I came back and I'm learning, knowing, and doing things that I didn't do before I died. And then I came back. I descended and how do you say it? And rematerialized back into a physical form. Because spirit, when you're still energy. Spirit is a different kind of energy. It's etheric energy, and there's different kinds of energy. Electrical energy is energy. Like electric is energy. Water is an energy state. Fire is an energy state. Air is a state of energy. Even energy that we can't see is still energy. It's a state of energy. It's different kind of form and different levels and different kinds of states of energy. So I descended from that high state of energy, and then I came down to the and and how do I explain that shit? Like while I was descending, I was coming like crystallizing and becoming more hardened, densitizing, becoming more dense while I was descending back into this dimension. And that process of descending is really it's so fluid. Like when you make the choice to come down a dimension, you automatically take up of the energy signature of that realm, and you like when you set your intention, for example, to fly, you're in a state of levitation type shit. I don't know how to explain that with y'all in that way, but when I was there, I could do anything and absolutely everything. And what I can do here is just scratching the surface. what you can see me do is just scratching the surface. What you've seen, anything like what you've seen. All right, I'm signing off. Thank you for watching. I just know anything is possible and everything can be done. All right. And yeah, I'll talk about another video. All right. Thank y'all for watching, for listening. Gotta go. Peace, light, and love. The boys out and off one. All right.